you go out with me?
What? No!
No?
No!
No.
Hey, pal, she just told you.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 rom-com guys we've fallen out of love with.
You think you can double talk your way out of this? Throw me off your scent? But I smell you.
I smell like sweetbread plums and grilled cheese sandwiches.
For this list, we'll be looking at the most charming men, or boys if we're being real, that we've simply outgrown since we first saw them on the silver screen. If we missed any characters you're so totally over, let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Alex Hitch Hitchens. Hitch.
Even a beautiful woman doesn't know what she wants until she sees it. And that's where I come in. My job is to open her eyes.
The charms of Will Smith made us see past the red flags of Alex Hitchens for way too long. In the film, Alex, or Hitch as he's known, coaches men on how to properly woo women, mostly by teaching them not to be themselves. A fake it till you make it mentality if we've ever seen one.
I don't think they're really me.
You is a very fluid concept right now. You bought the shoes. You look great in the shoes. That's the you that I'm talking about.
To Hitch's credit, he's not terrible, and he does genuinely try to help his clients make long-lasting relationships. But he's pretty smug about how much he thinks he knows about romance, which makes him more than a bit insufferable. Hitch learns some important lessons along the way, but not before we're already pretty sick of his shenanigans.
Oh, I know what's happening.
No. You think that I'm in a stressful state because I'm trying to make a good impression while also dealing with my commitment issues.
Number 9, Mark, Love Actually.
I know you've never particularly warmed to me, but don't argue. We've never got friendly. But I just wanted to say I hope that can change.
To me, you are perfect. We've seen this so-called romantic gesture memed into eternity. But maybe it's time we talk about how much it actually sucks. In Love Actually, Mark is in love with his best friend Peter's wife, Juliet. He shows that love by constantly avoiding her, being sort of rude to her, and ruining her wedding video by only filming close-up shots of her face instead of, the wedding.
It's a self-preservation thing, you see.
The famous scene with the cue cards has been billed to us as something to aspire to, but in reality, it's a pretty selfish thing to do, and more than a little awkward if the feelings aren't reciprocated. Poor Peter.
Enough. Enough now.
Number 8, Joe Fox, You've Got Mail.
Hello, this is a coincidence. Would you mind if I sat down?
Yes, I would, actually.
While we're not too high and mighty to succumb to the charms of Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan, you have to admit, Joe Fox is sort of the worst. In You've Got Mail, Joe Fox is part of a family who owns a huge chain of bookstores, while Kathleen Kelly runs an independent bookstore. The two begin instant messaging anonymously, and those interactions are very sweet.
I pretend that we're the oldest and dearest friends as opposed to what we actually are. People who don't know each other's names.
Morning, Mr. Fox.
And met in a chat room where we both claimed we'd never been before.
But in real life, Joe and Kathleen get off on the wrong foot, and his family business is the primary reason her bookstore fails. They say you can't help who you fall for, but the class conflict in this relationship definitely seems like it would pose a bit of a problem.
You with your theme park, multi-level, homogenize the world, mochaccino land.
Number 7, Austin Ames, A Cinderella Story.
I know that guy that sent those emails is somewhere down inside of you, but I can't wait for him.
Hilary Duff said it best. Waiting for you is like waiting for rain in this drought. Useless and disappointing. That's exactly how we feel about the next rom-com boy on this list. Austin from A Cinderella Story.
Come on. You're Austin Ames. You're football captain and student body president. And closet poet? You can't be both guys.
Austin is a far cry from Prince Charming in this scenario. For one, he starts an online relationship with someone while he has a girlfriend in real life. Anyone else's alarm bells ringing yet? What's more, the fact that he would even date someone like Shelby in the first place is a pretty big red flag, even if he does break up with her eventually.
Are you in love with somebody else?
I think so.
Number 6, John Beckwith, Wedding Crashes.
For longer than I care to remember, my business has been crashing weddings. I crash weddings to meet girls. Business was good.
Wedding Crashes isn't your typical rom-com. It's a bit raunchier than we're used to, as it follows 2 bachelors who, you guessed it, crash weddings in order to pick up unsuspecting women and have sex with them. Of course, one of the bachelors, John, played by Owen Wilson, starts to develop real feelings for the woman he sets his sights on, Claire.
I need some alone time with her.
If you want to hang out with Claire, the boyfriend, and Sybil, by all means, I'm not going.
Owen Wilson definitely has a certain amount of charm, but there's no getting around the fact that this relationship is built on a complete lie. In fact, the only reason we're tempted to root for John even a little bit is that Claire's boyfriend, Zach Lodge, played by a deliciously douchey Bradley Cooper, is so awful, anyone looks good in comparison.
Wow. Getting a nice preview of what marriage is going to be like with Ike Turner here.
Number 5, Dr. Steve Edison, The Wedding Planner. This one hurts.
What happened to your hand?
My hand. You fell on it with your big neck.
We're not telling you not to love Dr. Steve Edison from The Wedding Planner, aka the best Matthew McConaughey has ever looked in a movie, but sometimes you just have to be honest with yourself.
I have a better nickname for you. How about common, cheating, sleazy son?
If you're thinking...
What I'm thinking involves a machete and a pair of pliers.
At the beginning of the film, Steve meets Mary, played by Jennifer Lopez, when he rescues her from being hit by a rolling dumpster. The two end up on a date together, they dance, they almost kiss, and things are going great. Until Mary finds out that Steve is engaged to her new client, Fran.
No.
Yes. That is the most disgusting thing I have ever heard. I would hate to be a single gal with all those creeps running around out there. Yeah, Fran, you're really lucky.
Things eventually sort themselves out, but this is one heck of an obstacle to overcome. Number 4, Danny Zuko, Grease. Even some of the catchiest songs in history can't save this leading man. When Danny meets Sandy over the summer, they fall in love instantly. But when the sheen of summer romance has faded and Danny's friends are around, he seems different. A jerk, to be exact.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with me, baby? What's the matter with you?
What happened to the Danny Zuko I met at the beach?
Well, I do not know. I mean, maybe there's 2 of us, right?
What follows is a series of events where Danny tries to make things up to Sandy, but somehow manages to make them worse every single time. These moments culminate in an incident at a drive-in where Danny tries to come on to an unwilling Sandy, upsetting her and driving her away.
Sandy, what's the matter with you? I thought I meant something to you.
To you? You think I'm gonna stay here with you in this sin wagon? You can take this piece of tin?
And somehow this guy still gets the girl, and she changes for him? We'll never understand. Number 3, Sam Coulson, Never Been Kissed.
What, you were hoping that I'd be happy? Why, because it turns out all of a sudden I was allowed to be attracted to you?
You were attracted to me?
While it was hard to get over our love for some of the rom-com guys on this list, this one doesn't require a whole lot of effort. Never Been Kissed follows Josie Geller, played by Drew Barrymore, a 25-year-old copy editor who goes undercover as a high school student for a story.
Are you sure you're 17?
Yes. I'm 17. I'm 17.
She develops a crush on her teacher, Mr. Coulson, who also seems to develop feelings for her, despite the fact that he believes her to be a student. Sure, when it's all said and done, the two are around the same age, but that doesn't change the fact that, for the majority of their interactions, Mr. Coulson has no idea that that is the case.
All I can tell you is that when you're my age, guys will be lined up around the block for you.
You have to say that because you're my teacher.
Actually, I shouldn't say that because I'm your teacher.
Number 2, Noah Calhoun, The Notebook.
You want to dance with me?
No,
Why not?
because I don't want to.
Noah?
She's with us.
Despite how much we love Ryan Gosling, or how absolutely magnetic his and Rachel McAdams' chemistry is in this movie, Noah Calhoun is probably not the best example of a great boyfriend. Let's start with how he and Ally first meet. He introduces himself to her at the fair, and she asks him to leave her alone. Instead of heeding her wishes, he proceeds to climb up a moving Ferris wheel and guilt-trip her into going on a date with him by threatening physical harm to himself.
Okay, fine. I'll go out with you.
Well, don't do me any favors.
No, I want to.
You want it?
Yes!
You want it. Say it.
I want to go out with you.
Say it again.
I want to go out with you!
All right, we'll go out.
Yeah, not a great look. Noah grows up slightly throughout the film, but watching it today, we can't help but feel just a little more attracted to James Marsden's Lon Hammond Jr. Now that's a man.
I don't have to convince my fiancée that she should be with me.
You don't have to. I already know I should be with you.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Aaron Samuels, Mean Girls. Stop trying to make Aaron Samuels happen.
Look, I can't do this. It's not fair to Regina.
Why do you like her?
Look, I know she can be really mean sometimes, but...
Then why do you like her?
Kevin Doyle, 27 Dresses. Writing a secret article about someone is a strong no from us.
I told my editor not to run it. Well, nobody reads that section anyway. Come on, will you please just...
Harry Sanborn, Something's Gotta Give. We're Team Keanu on this one.
Well, I haven't been on a gurney in 6 months, so that's something.
Well, I've just been to every store in the city.
What?
This woman's impossible to buy for, but I think I, finally found the right gift.
Nate Cooper, The Devil Wears Prada. Not sure anyone ever liked him, to be honest.
You're mad because I work late all the time and because I missed your birthday party, and I'm sorry.
Come on, what am I for?
You hate Runway and Miranda, and you think fashion is stupid. You've made that clear.
Jake Perry, Sweet Home Alabama. Maybe Melanie should have signed the divorce papers.
The only reason you won't sign these papers is because I want you to.
Wrong! The only reason I ain't signing is because you've turned into some hoity-toity Yankee bitch, and I'd like nothing better right now than to piss you off.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Jake Ryan, 16 Candles.
Make a deal with you. Let me keep these. I'll let you take Carolyn home.
This is a great example of a rom-com guy being popular with the ladies simply because he's good looking. Jake Ryan may be cute, but his actions throughout 16 Candles don't exactly scream boyfriend material. He asks around about Sam and lightly pursues her, despite being in a relationship with a girl named Carolyn. But by far his worst offense comes when he leaves a passed-out Carolyn alone with a strange freshman, asks said freshman to take her home, and tells him to have fun.
Who's he?
That's me.
Who are you?
I'm him.
Big yikes! There's just really nothing redeeming about him after that.
Can I call you later?
Sure. I mean, no.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.